You ever see this country boy?
I follow a few nature TikTokers.
What the hell is a tickle-docker?
Did you know that beneath the haze of Joe's cigars and the roar of his vintage Buick, Joe's college road trip is actually a meticulously crafted ghost story about the American South? To truly understand this film, you must look past the punchlines and dive deep into the symbolism of every pit stop, because every mile Joe drives is a step further into a haunted history that his grandson is desperate to ignore. Number 1. The surface comedy. On the outside, the film presents as a typical Tyler Perry road trip farce. It centers on the toxic but hilarious Joe, who hijacks his grandson BJ's journey to a prestigious PWI predominantly white institution. The surface level is defined by Joe's smoky cigars, his constant threats of violence, and his total disregard for woke Gen Z culture. This layer serves as the hook, using Joe's unfiltered, R-rated mouth to keep the audience laughing while the car moves toward much darker territory. 2. The symbolism of Ruby and tech. Peel back the comedy, and you find a narrative about digital versus physical history. Joe's vintage Buick, Ruby, it's not just a car, it acts as a time machine. It's a relic of a time when black travel was a life-or-death navigation of the South. When Joe tosses BJ's smartphone and replaces it with a Polaroid camera, the symbolism is clear. Digital life is erasable and fake, whereas a Polaroid is physical, chemical proof of existence. This layer argues that you cannot truly see the South through a screen. You have to feel the humidity and smell the history. Although Destiny was not found in a good environment, discovered instead at a roadside brothel in Texas, her character serves as the human extension of Joe's mission, a living bridge between Joe's trauma and BJ's future. Her name is no accident. She symbolizes the destiny of the Black diaspora, someone who has been exploited and marginalized, but remains the keeper of the most vital stories. By having Destiny act as the group's historical narrator, Perry suggests that the most marginalized voices are the true keepers of ancestral knowledge. Welcome to number 3, the ghostly roadmap of blood. The third layer transforms the film into a historical haunting. The random pit stops are revealed to be a carefully curated tour of Black martyrdom. By staying at the Lorraine Motel and visiting the Creek in Money, Mississippi, Joe is forcing BJ to stand in the exact footprints of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Emmett Till. Here, the background story shifts. Joe isn't just being a jerk. He is a survivor of the Jim Crow era, acting as a grim tour guide to a grandson who believes racism is a thing of the past. 4. The internal scars. The deepest layer is the autobiographical connection. Tyler Perry based this version of Joe on his own late uncle, moving away from the comfort of Medea to explore a man who is unapologetically Black and deeply traumatized. The stylized Matrix bar fight in Mississippi represents this perfectly. It's a surrealist manifestation of the physical violence Joe had to fight through his entire life. The film's core hidden detail is that Joe's abrasive personality is actually a suit of armor he is trying to pass down to BJ before he heads off to college. The film's ending reveals that the entire chaotic journey was a calculated trap by Joe to save his grandson's soul from cultural amnesia. After a high-stakes desert confrontation with traffickers, the layers of symbolism converge when BJ finally looks at the Polaroid photos they took, realizing that Joe was forcing him to witness the physical ghosts of the civil rights movement. In a final act of growth, BJ rejects his sheltered past and his original college choice, opting instead to attend an HBCU to honor the heritage he previously ignored. The story closes with Joe, BJ, and Destiny driving Ruby toward Las Vegas, symbolizing that while they now carry the weight of their history, they are finally empowered to write their own future. Do you think Joe's tough love approach was the only way to reach BJ, or did his R-rated methods cross a line that modern audiences might find too controversial? Hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite movies.